we on? Okay. My name is Andy Parsons. I'm here from New York City, and my poster is about some of the exercise we went through at my new company, Happify, which is a venture-funded startup, to determine what language we would use for our stack. And we started last year. I've illustrated here some of the startups I've done. I'm a bit of a startup junkie and a glutton for punishment, and worked with a bunch of stacks from C# to Java to pure Scala to a hybrid of Ruby on Rails and Scala. And this is about how we arrived at Python for my latest company. I've illustrated here kind of the exercise we went through. Some of this is very objective, some of this is flame bait. Won't go into too much detail, but of course opinion weighs very heavily into the choice of language. But the empirical fact is we found that, I found in my experience that as the number of developers on the team goes down and the requirement to launch a scalable product remains the same, it's important to have a single language that is accessible, readable, breeds happiness, is fast enough, and has a minimum amount of magic. So this talks about how we arrived at Python, looks at sort of job trends in the area, GitHub repos that sort of validate the claim, and then some other friends of mine that are doing Python in New York City for startups.
So maybe you can tell us a little bit about at what points you decided to rethink the decision, and when did you switch?
Well, in this case, we started from scratch with nothing. We looked at the tools that we would need. One of the things we will do a fair amount of is natural language processing, so the natural language toolkit was important to us. When we got funding for this startup, I basically took a period of about a month to evaluate tools from scratch and made the decision to go with Python about 4 weeks later, and we're about 6 months into the company at this point.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.